Hello everybody and welcome to Astro Updates with Gretchen Hidell. I'm an intuitive astrologer. This is the astrological forecast for the week of March 31st through April 6th. So we are going to be starting off very busy on Sunday, March 31st, and that's going to be Easter Sunday. And basically, if you saw my blog entry from last week, the astrological intensity of the week was fairly high, pretty much sustained all week. This week is going to start out high and then is going to kind of taper off a bit and become a little bit more mellow, which I think we all could pretty much use right about now. So on Sunday the 31st, we're going to start out with Venus is going to form a difficult square with Pluto. Then Venus is going to form a positive sextile with Jupiter. And then in the end of the day, the Sun is going to square Pluto. Unfortunately, I think what is going to end up happening is both Venus and the Sun forming a difficult square with Pluto may unfortunately override the day. Squares are not necessarily very fun. Square is a difficult aspect. We have a nice sextile in the middle of the day, which is good. Unfortunately, sextiles are a little bit more mellow than squares, so the squares may override the sextile, if that makes any sense. So it's going to be, because of Venus's involvement and also the Sun, we're going to be talking again about personal relationships that could potentially be strained. You know, if you're doing any kind of holiday event on this day, just be careful that you don't get, you know, pushed into some sort of conversation that is going to be a difficult one potentially. Stay away from the two hot topics, religion and politics, if at all possible, because these there may be some people who are indulging in some power plays right about now. Power struggles, power plays. And I always say you can't fight with yourself. So if you just disengage from it, you would be better off. The next day on Monday, April 1st, April Fool's Day, so happy April Fool's Day, there's going to be, the Sun is going to form a nice sextile with Jupiter, and I think that hopefully the heaviness that was there on Sunday will start to dissipate, and actually that's a very sort of good fortune placement, if you will. Some people don't like the word luck. I love the word luck, and I use that quite frequently. You can make your own luck. The universe could give you this luck, but whatever the case may be, it's a good fortune type of thing. It happens early in the day at 8:24 a.m. Eastern time. So that would be a good time if you're going to buy, purchase a lottery ticket or something like that, to go ahead and do so. Pretty much the rest of the week is sort of mellow. There's moon transits. Moon transits are shorter in duration than planetary transits, but there's not going to be a whole lot of planetary transit activity. I will say on Thursday, April 4th, Pluto will be forming a positive sextile with Chiron, and that will be interesting. That one's very good for deep, cathartic, emotional healing, that type of work, psychiatry, counseling, NLP life coaching, any kind of thing where you're delving into the psyche. That's a very positive thing to do on that day. It's also, if you're mourning a loss of some sort, of either a person or an animal or even a job, that's a good day to sort of work through feelings of grief and loss and that sort of thing. And I say positive, it's just good for processing. So if you don't have anybody to work with personally one-on-one, it would be also a good time to journal. Just maybe work some of those feelings out, getting them out on paper. It may be all positive for that. Friday, the 5th, actually looks like one of the most positive days this week. There's a lot of nice little warm and fuzzy planetary things that are happening with the moon early in the day. This is definitely a day where the early bird gets the worm, so to speak. Later in the day, in the afternoon, the moon goes void, of course, but we're going to have, it's just a very positive and sort of mellow kind of day, which is nice. On the 6th, both Venus and Mars are going to form a semi-square with Neptune. Now, and also, too, the moon is going to conjunct Neptune. Neptune we call nebulous Neptune for a reason. Neptune can be a little bit fuzzy, a little bit lacking clarity because of Mars and Venus's influence on that day. We could be talking about romantic fuzziness. If you meet somebody during this time frame, you better watch that they're saying that they are. Words and actions need to match. It's that type of thing. You know, the person could be very, very charming, but not a lot of substance to back them up. So I would wait until another time to sort of make sure that the person's all they say they are. This is a great time to go on a date if you're already in a relationship, because this could open up, you know, and cause for a reconnection, which would be a nice thing. Any kind of relation pertaining to this, you just want to make sure that you have clarity. I always say that this is a very good rose-colored glasses sort of day. And that will be on Saturday the 6th. So as you can tell, this week versus last week is much more mellow and a lot more positive, not quite as intense. Sometimes when people, when I post these type of weeks, people say, gosh, it seems like, you know, the day is sort of dragging and I'm looking at the clock all the time. Well, we can't always have high intensity. You know, we need downtime, and I think that this is a little bit of that coming, so that'll be a good thing. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning into my YouTube blog entry. My name is Gretchen Hidell. I'm an intuitive astrologer. I'm available for private session readings. I can do phone, Skype, or in person in Burlington, Vermont. Also, I'm a certified NLP life coach and hypnotist, Reiki master, and non-denominational ordained minister. So if you ever need any of those services, please feel free to give me a call. Thanks for checking out my website, www.gretchenhidell.com, or my blog, astro-updates.blogspot.com. Have a great week.